NBC Sports welcomes you to coverage of the 46th edition of the Nike Prefontaine Classic. As we welcome you to Hayward Field, I'm Paul Swangard, rubbing shoulders with a whole bunch of Olympians in the booth. Arnold Bolden, Des Linden, Sonia Richards-Ross, and Trey Hardy. And downstairs, Lewis Johnson will be talking to the athletes throughout the afternoon. But we're going to get right to the action on the track. Time now for the Xfinity men's 200 meters. A lot of star power here. That's normal, but on the post-Olympic tour, we start with the reigning world champion and medalist from Tokyo, Noah Lyles.
Yep, he does have that world title from 2019. He was trying to double potentially in Tokyo. The 100 didn't go his way at the trials, so he stepped in the 200, where he had only lost one race prior going into that race. Finished with a bronze in Tokyo. Here's Kenneth Bednarek.
Has an incredible story. He's a twin. His mother, Marianne, adopted he and his brother when they were very young and told him that he reminded her of Secretariat, that he has great speed and could break away from anyone.
And here's somebody they got to be worried about, Rai Benjamin, stepping down from the 400-meter hurdles where he got the silver medal in Tokyo and the second fastest time ever run behind the world record. His personal best is 1999, but he hasn't run it in 3 years.
And look at him, no pressure.
None.
We're gonna have so much fun. This is going to be awesome.
Little mashup post-Olympics here in this men's 200 meters. As you look at the field, lane 1 is open in this new reimagined Hayward Field. They have a full 9 lanes, and it's common lane 1 will be vacant. But Lyles, you know, he does have the benefit of a wild card. He is coming to Eugene next year for Oregon 22 when the World Championships are here, so that's now his focus with Tokyo in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, and remember, despite the loss at the Olympic Games, in his entire pro career, he has lost 200-meter races. Once in the Diamond League, that was to Michael Norman a couple years ago, and then in Tokyo. So, Noah Lyles is never a bad bet in a 200-meter final.
And he's right behind his brother, Josephus. I actually traveled here with them on the flight into Eugene. I was talking to Noah, and he says he's still recovering from the jet lag at Tokyo, and it really was a tough flight for all of us coming back, so we'll see how he's able to navigate that. But like you've mentioned, only lost 2 races, still very young, a bright future ahead of this young man.
Noah Lyles gets the draw in lane 7. Bednarek inside in lane 6. We get things underway at Pre with the Xfinity men's 200.
Our first false start of the day.
And I didn't see anything, Otto. Did you?
No. So we're going to get another look here and see if anybody is moving early. I didn't see anything.
Nothing egregious, but I got to tell you, I like the way Rai looked popping out those blocks, Otto. And he's going to be behind them, and obviously he'll have great strength in the final 100 meters of this race, so he's in good position to do something very special.
He's a big wild card in this race because, as you said, there is no pressure. He's a 400-meter hurdler stepping down. If anything, the pressure's on this guy, the silver medalist from the Tokyo Olympic Games, Kenneth Bednarek, who was starting lane 6.
That's Kyrie King, who is in familiar confines. He ran at the University of Oregon, getting the draw out there in lane number 9. Yeah, thinking about these mashups, we got Michael Norman later on in the 100 meters.
This has been the year, right, of guys who we know in one event stepping into another, right? So we have, as you said, Michael Rogers coming up in the 100. He's known as a quarter miler. But the biggest story of the year, Fred Curley, stepping down from the 400 all the way to the Olympic 100-meter final and then getting the silver.
Not sure what the holdup is, but can we talk about having fans back in the stands?
Oh, it feels so good.
It is absolutely incredible. We have to tell you guys what the atmosphere has been like here at the Prefontaine Classic. Obviously, the athletes were here for the Olympic trials, a much smaller audience, and it already feels incredible. The stadium is amazing, made for the athletes and for the fans, and to just hear their excitement already. This is a group of people who love great competition, who really appreciate seeing the best athletes on the field, and because the Prefontaine is later this year, they're getting to welcome Olympic champions to the stadium. It's been amazing so far.
I enjoyed just kind of soaking in the energy during that women's steeplechase and all the history that happened there. This crowd knew exactly what they were seeing.
Yeah, earlier in the program, women's 3,000 meters steeplechase was run. Courtney Frerichs, the American, broke the American record, finishing second behind Nora Gerudo. They ran two of the fastest times in history in that event, but now all eyes on this shorter distance. Rai Benjamin. As Otto said, no pressure on that young man. Nice lane draw in 5-2, though.
Here's what's going to make it even more interesting. Rai Benjamin runs very good turns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another guy who does as well, Bednarek, is right ahead of him, and he'll have him carrying him through these first few meters of the men's 200.
Rai Benjamin got a good start, and he is right in the mix. In fact, if anything, he's up a little bit on the Olympic silver medalist, Kenny Bednarek, coming off the turn.
As they come off the turn, though, it is Noah Lyles in that position of taking the victory, and he sustains his speed and will win this one to the line in 1952.
He's back!
That's just off of his personal best, 1950. He clearly likes running half laps in this stadium. He won the Olympic trials here, and this time that he ran, 1952, would have won the Olympic Games.
Fastest time in the world this year, and another Hayward Field record.
Well, I got to tell you, Noah Lyles has talked a lot about pressure and having to deal with the pressure of going to the Olympics, the World Championships. It's the first time in a long time that we've seen Noah Lyles running light, having fun.
So Noah Lyles is out here. He was in lane 7. He would have had lane choice, and that's the lane that he chose. He was not in lane 7 for the Olympic final. He was on the inside, but this looks like the Noah Lyles that became the 4th fastest man ever at the distance some years ago. That's the Noah Lyles that we're used to seeing. He has not looked like that all the time this year, but what a great performance by him. 19.52 now, it's confirmed. The fastest time in the world and his 2nd fastest time ever.
Rai Benjamin, who we talked about in this race, coming down in distance, wound up 5th in the competition. But it's 2 Lyles in the top 3, with Josephus Lyles finishing 3rd in a new lifetime best of 20:03. Bednarek, another 2nd place finish in 1980. But the world champion delivers on home soil. Noah Lyles is with Lewis Johnson.
All righty, Noah, you look like you're running free, easy. Describe the moment here.
To be honest, I walked out here on the track and I said, shoot, there's a lot of people. That's what I've been waiting on, you know. 2 years of not seeing the full crowd. And seeing this at Hayward, beautiful, brought a tear to my ear. I wasn't even thinking about coming out here. I was going to shut it down. But, you know, I had to talk with my sports therapist. She was like, you know, of course, what happened in Tokyo happened. This is in Tokyo. You're going to go out there and you're running for you, you know. I knew I was in shape, and I didn't get to show that off in Tokyo. Lane 3 was very hard, but I knew that if I got a good lane, I could still come out here and do my best.
Awesome. Congrats to you and your brother on the personal best.
Thank you.
Okay. Paul?